Have you ever wondered why you feel drained even on days when nothing dramatic happened? Why your mind feels heavy, your chest feels tight, and your mood feels scattered for reasons you can't explain? That question sits in the back of your mind because a part of you already knows the truth. You give yourself away too easily. You show up the moment someone calls. You say yes even when you're tired. You answer messages the moment they appear. You're available to everyone all the time, and it's slowly breaking you in ways you never admit out loud. That quiet ache you carry isn't weakness. It's the weight of unmet needs, ignored boundaries, and a life that keeps bending around everyone except you. You don't do it because you're weak. You do it because you care. You do it because you were taught that being available makes you a good person. You do it because you don't want to disappoint anyone. You fear what people will think if you say no. You fear being misunderstood. You fear being seen as selfish. So you stretch yourself thin, hoping your effort will be enough for everyone. But deep down, you already know it never is. The more you give, the more people take. The more you show up, the more they expect each day. You feel yourself slipping further away from the person you want to be. You lose time, energy, focus, and inner peace. You become a permanent solution for people who only see you as a temporary convenience. You tell yourself it's fine. You tell yourself you can handle it. You tell yourself you're strong enough to carry it all. But strength isn't measured by how much you tolerate. Strength is measured by what you choose to protect. And right now, you're not protecting yourself. You're giving away hours you can't get back. You're pouring energy into conversations that drain you. You're putting your own needs on hold because someone else decided their urgency matters more than your peace. And every time you say yes when your heart is begging for no, you lose a piece of yourself. There's a reason you feel tired even after resting. It's because your mind never gets a break. Constant availability keeps you in a state of alertness. It convinces your nervous system that you must stay ready, stay responsive, stay open. Your brain can't relax when it's always waiting for the next message, the next call, the next request. This isn't just emotional. It's psychological. Humans aren't built to be accessible 24/7. Your attention has limits. Your patience has limits. Your emotional bandwidth has limits. And when you ignore those limits, your body begins to protest. Stress rises, focus drops, motivation fades. Life starts to feel heavier than it should. But here's the truth you rarely hear. You're allowed to step back. You're allowed to disappear for a while. You're allowed to create space for yourself without apologizing. You're allowed to protect your time like it's something valuable, because it is. You're allowed to stop replying instantly. You're allowed to let messages wait. You're allowed to say, I'm not available right now, even when you don't have a dramatic reason. Your life doesn't need to be falling apart for you to choose yourself. Choosing yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. When you reclaim your availability, you reclaim your power. When you stop being accessible to everyone, you become more present for the things that matter. Your mind becomes quieter. Your decisions become clearer. Your days become lighter. People begin to respect your time because you finally respected yourself. You stop attracting those who only want what you can give. You start attracting those who value who you are. So ask yourself one honest question. What would your life look like if you stopped being available to everyone? What would you gain? What would finally grow? What peace would return? Because the moment you stop offering yourself to every request, every distraction, every demand, something incredible happens. You come back to yourself. And that's the version of you the world actually needs. Now imagine what happens when you decide to protect yourself. When you stop answering every message, every call, every demand. When you finally recognize that your time is precious and your energy is finite, the world will notice. People will adjust. Some will resist. Some will complain. Some will question your choices. That's natural. Change always stirs discomfort. But every complaint, every resistance, every awkward silence is a signal that your boundaries are working, that your presence now has weight, that your energy is no longer a given. And the deeper the discomfort around you, the stronger you're becoming inside. You will feel it first in your mind, a sharp clarity. The fog that has been hovering over your thoughts for years starts to lift. Decisions that once paralyzed you now feel simple. Priorities snap into focus. Little things no longer steal your attention. Every hour you reclaim is a seed you plant for something greater. You start to notice the subtle ways your life expands when you stop bending to every demand. Creativity rises, confidence grows, your sense of self deepens. You are no longer a container for everyone else's needs. You are a force moving with intention, and the difference is palpable. The people who truly belong in your life will adjust and align themselves with this new rhythm. They will no longer take you for granted. They will value what they once assumed was always available. Scarcity creates value. When you stop pouring yourself out mindlessly, what you offer becomes meaningful. Your presence becomes rare. Your attention becomes sought after. And that sense of being valued, of being respected, of being truly seen, it's intoxicating because you've earned it not through sacrifice, but through discipline, through a choice to prioritize yourself. And yes, this will require courage. Every step back from availability is met with internal resistance. Old habits will scream, guilt will whisper, fear will echo that you're failing someone, that you're letting someone down. But notice the truth in that fear. It's a reflection of how much you've given away without asking for yourself first. The fear fades when you realize that saying no isn't rejection, it's preservation. Saying no is claiming your life. Saying no is reclaiming the parts of you that have been scattered for too long. Saying no is the first act of defiance that leads to freedom. This is not about isolation. It's about elevation. Elevating yourself above endless distractions, above constant requests, above the small emergencies that are never yours to solve. It's about learning to pour your energy into the right places, at the right time, for the right reasons. When you start living this way, your mind stops wandering. Your heart stops racing. Your body relaxes into a rhythm it has been craving. Every action becomes deliberate. Every choice becomes a statement of who you are. The world still spins, chaos still exists, but you are no longer a leaf in the wind. You are the one who decides where you stand. The moment you commit, even for a day, to stop being everywhere for everyone, a shift occurs. The invisible chains loosen. Your presence becomes magnetic, not because you chase, but because you are grounded. You are calm. You are selective. And the people who truly matter will lean in, will follow, will respond. Not because they must, but because they recognize your power. Your life begins to feel full, not because of what you give them, but because of what you keep for yourself. And in that space, your potential grows exponentially. Your focus sharpens. Your clarity becomes unbreakable. So act now, claim your time. Protect your energy. Draw the line that says, I am not here for everything. I'm here for what matters. The sooner you do this, the sooner you feel the relief, the power, the freedom you've been missing. Stop being everywhere. Stop being everyone's solution. Begin to be yourself fully without apology. The moment you start, you realize something extraordinary. By saying no to everything that drains you, you are finally saying yes to the life you are always meant to live.